Good morning, welcome to a premium public video forecast discussion, our Friday preview once again. Today we're going to talk about the impressive high temperatures, potentially record-breaking for today, and the unsettled weather conditions on the way. So currently, right now, it's absolutely beautiful out there. Now, notice what's going on Long Island. You have winds coming in from the southwest and from the south. And as a result, we're a little bit cooler than the rest of the coastline. That's because of the direct influence of the Atlantic Ocean on the temperatures. And that's going to be a theme for this afternoon as well. Meanwhile, the rest of the region basically range from the lower to mid 50s over the highest elevations, mid to upper 50s in your suburbs, along the coast, upper 50s to lower 60s. In your urban areas, upper 50s to lower 60s with scattered cloud cover. And overall, tranquil conditions are in place with high pressure and control. Now, we do have these showers and thunderstorms down to the south. And this is associated with an upper level low that we'll talk about in just a moment. But today is going to be all about the temperature. So I want to show you the skew T here. And this chart over central New Jersey, it gives us a nice view of the atmosphere. And what we want to focus on is when we take this line up, this is 20 degrees Celsius, and we go back to 850 millibar temperatures, which is right here, which is about 17 to 18 degrees. If this gets mixed down completely with sinking air and plenty of sunshine, then what you can support, especially away from the ocean and below the highest elevations, temperatures easily pushing, much like yesterday, into the mid 80s easily. Now, you get to the upper 80s because of our urban heat island effect. So locations like Trenton, locations like Newark, Philadelphia, Central Park, you could easily push into the upper 80s, and much like yesterday, potentially touching 90 degrees in a few locations. So a lot of this is driven by our upper level ridge. That is, the ridge axis is right over us right now. And then you have this upper level low. Now this is a very interesting wind pattern because you have two separate jet streams here. You have the polar jet stream with a more of a long wave trough here that's influencing the subtropical jet stream as well. And then you have your subtropical jet stream kind of branching out. Now, they are split over the eastern part of the United States, where you have this upper level low that's festering around the southeast, producing showers and thunderstorms over the Carolinas. This is going to be lifting northward through the weekend and weakening as it does so. But it's still going to be a bit of a pest because that's going to lead to showers and thunderstorms. Meanwhile, the ridge axis here is going to help to create sinking air. And that's showing up very nicely on the water vapor satellite picture. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. And you see this part right here? This is going to enhance your high temperatures for today because what you have is sinking air. And when air sinks, it warms. And when you already have enhanced 850 millibar temperatures, around 17, 18 degrees Celsius, and that sinks to the ground, well, it is going to be a very much of a summer-like day for the region once again. But changes are on the way. So our upper level low is going to continue to lift northeast, but it's going to weaken in what we call open up. And it's basically going to get entrained into this long wave trough here. So this is like a big, massive warm front that's going to be lifting northward, producing scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the weekend. And then this trough comes through as a massive cold front with a more Pacific type air mass, cooler, more near normal to what you would expect for this time of year, with additional showers and thunderstorms on Monday. So after beautiful weather to end the week, unfortunately, this weekend looks to be a bit unsettled. And we can get all of that just based on the observations. If you know what you're looking at in the observations, then you could take that and translate that to the models, and then you know which models to follow. You see, it's never a model war. It's just a matter of recognizing your observations and what they mean on the weather pattern and how best to determine that forecast once you get that information. Once again, we are in a meteorological golden age. So, let's take a look at this forecast. We'll take a look at the 500 millibar PVA here, and you can see the lifting here with that upper level low lifting up towards our region. Notice that the PVA here is a bit scattered and broken up. This supports scattered showers and thunderstorms. But notice also the mid-level winds are not exactly very strong through the weekend. So I don't really see much support of severe thunderstorms. But there's certainly going to be plenty of moisture this weekend. And what that means for us is that some of these showers and thunderstorms will be capable of heavy downpours from time to time. Again, not a washout, but certainly not the best weather conditions for outdoor activities. But you're not going to get rain all day. But if you get hit with one of these showers and thunderstorms, they're going to be capable of a heavy downpour. Notice the Cape values are not really all that strong. Usually for severe weather, you want to see Cape values above 1,000 joules per kilogram. And you don't really see that except maybe on Saturday afternoon around, let's say, around the Delmarva Peninsula, maybe southwestern New Jersey. But it's very isolated. So I don't really expect much in the way of severe thunderstorms out of this. But certainly thunderstorms capable of some heavier downpours and possibly a good lightning show in some of these thunderstorms. Now that lifts out on Sunday, but we still have this lingering trough and this stretching in the atmosphere. Let me go back here, right here. If it stays put, there we go. And you can see the kind of the stretching in the atmosphere that's happening here. You got this little weak ridge axis, trough exiting out, the other trough coming, and they're starting to work together. Again, there's your warm air transport taking hold. So what this tells me is that Sunday will be more of a widely scattered, isolated shower and thunderstorm threat, while Saturday will feature more widespread showers and thunderstorms. So if you have plans for outdoor activities, probably Sunday is going to be your better day, but again, it's going to be hit and miss either way you cut it. Notice there isn't much in the way of Cape here, so not a lot of instability, but plenty of moisture. So then with our cold front coming through, there's our upper level low slamming towards the eastern Great Lakes, driving the cold air transport through on Monday. And that's going to be another round of showers and thunderstorms with our cold front. And then our upper level low just basically lingers. And then towards the end of the week, we're going to have to watch out the potential for a backdoor cold front. Typically, backdoor cold fronts are very difficult to forecast. Okay, and you're going to get a lot of changes. So what I typically do is I lock in the forecast for the climatological outcome that usually occurs with these backdoor cold fronts, and then stay put until I get under 120 hours, because otherwise you're going to have a different forecast literally every other model run. Okay, because it just depends on where that frontal boundary sets up. So to the north of the frontal boundary, you'll be in the 50s and 60s. To the south, you'll be in the 70s and 80s. Scattered showers all over the place and just unsettled weather conditions. So rather than trying to play whack-a-mole and change the forecast with every model guidance, we're just going to do Climo until we get under 120 hours. And that is when we start getting better data and can fine-tune our forecast. So that's essentially what we're looking at for the Friday period. It's certainly one thing's for sure, plenty of moisture to work with. It's just a matter of how that all shakes out in terms of whether the backdoor cold front stalls over New England or sets up around New Jersey or even gets as far south as the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, typically climatologically, these backdoor cold fronts stall out somewhere around Long Island through the Hudson River Valley. And then Philadelphia is very warm, and New York City is kind of halfway, and Long Island is chilly. So that is essentially what we have in our forecast. So over the next 90 hours, again today, absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at these high temperatures, shall we? Yeah, there we are, mid to upper 80s. Again, don't be surprised if we get a 90 here and there out of this. Pretty impressive temperatures there, but dry. And by the way, watch out for that fire danger, because it's also very, very dry at the surface. So if you throw a cigarette butt or whatever, well, it's going to cause some problems. So here is our rain starting to advance. Tomorrow morning, not too bad. Again, there's our showers and thunderstorms. It's going to be interesting to see how they develop. Again, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the urban heat island effect influence on convection, on thunderstorms. We talked about this in our last live chat, and yes, it will be coming back before the end of this month, once I get done moving and building my weather lab. But anyway, notice we're seeing convection right around the I-95 corridor again, kind of lingering around. Now Sunday, more isolated, but still a bit of a pass, but nowhere near as widespread. And then here comes our cold front on Monday with showers and thunderstorms. And notice how the cold front is has a little bit more of an occluded feature with it, trying to develop a secondary low pressure system. So again, I don't see this as a severe thunderstorm threat, but more of a heavy downpour, pain in the neck type of scenario. So let's walk through our forecast. For today, absolutely beautiful. As you know, temperatures will range from the mid to upper 70s on Long Island, lower to mid 80s along the coast, mid to upper 80s in the Delaware River Valley and around the I-95 corridor, basically, and upper 70s to lower 80s in the higher elevations. Summer-like day. Tonight into tomorrow morning, clouds increase, showers develop towards morning, low temperatures in the mid-50s. Tomorrow afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not a washout, but certainly a bit of a pain in the neck for outdoor activities. I'd probably push those towards Sunday. Look for high temperatures to range from the upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, mid-70s away from the coast. For Sunday, more isolated to widely scattered showers, scattered broken cloud cover, low temperatures in the mid-50s, high temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast, mid-70s away from the coast. On Monday, our cold front moves through with showers and thunderstorms. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid-50s, high temperatures in the lower to mid-60s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast. Again, some of these thunderstorms will be capable of some very heavy downpours, so the morning rush hour and afternoon hours could feature some poor visibility. We'll keep an eye on that. On Tuesday, a few troughs swing on through, isolated showers, variable cloud cover. Again, not a washout, but just kind of a bit of a pest here and there. Low temperatures on Tuesday will range from the mid to upper 30s over the northern interior, lower to mid 40s along the coast. High temperatures in the mid to upper 40s over the interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. Definitely a cool day. On Wednesday, an isolated shower is still possible, but more scattered cloud cover than anything else. Look for low temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s throughout the region. High temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the interior and mid 50s along the coast. Another cool day. On Thursday, we warm up a bit with high pressure and control producing clear skies to scattered cloud cover. Low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s over the northern interior, lower to mid 40s along the coast. High temperatures in the lower to mid 60s throughout the region. On Friday, this is where our backdoor cold front gets a bit tricky. Again, in this guidance, it takes the backdoor cold front and stalls it out around southern New England back through central New York. Last night, it had it right around central New Jersey. So this is how we're going to play it out. Okay, scattered showers on Friday for sure. Low temperatures are going to basically be uniform in the upper 40s to lower 50s. High temperatures is the sticking point. To the north of this frontal boundary, you're looking at high temperatures in the upper 50s to mid 60s. To the south of this frontal boundary, you're talking about high temperatures upper 60s to lower 80s. Again, this is a tropical air mass under here, and this is a maritime air mass. Tropical air mass is going to try to really put up a fight here. Okay, so most likely right along the frontal boundary, wherever this sets up, you'll be in the upper 60s to mid 70s, and then, well, let's say if the frontal boundary is like around Long Island, around the Philadelphia metro, that's where you'll push into the mid 70s to lower 80s. So it's going to be one of those types of forecasts we have a 30-degree gradient, but certainly unsettled for the end of the week. That is your forecast discussion for today. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.